While traveling overland, you often have a choice between several modes of transport. In this video, we'll break down the pros and cons of bus travel versus train travel. Train travel pros. One of the main advantages of train travel is that you can get up and move around. You're not stuck in your seat. You can exit your compartment and walk around in the corridor. You can also walk between cars to go to the dining car, lounge car, or observation car. It's nice being able to stretch your legs. Trains also offer more amenities. Most trains have power outlets, Wi-Fi, reclining seats, fold-down tray tables, and plenty of legroom. Long-distance trains often have completely flat beds, a dining car, and a full bar. First-class trains may have private compartments with private bathrooms. Train trips are also more scenic. Train tracks don't have to follow roads. You'll travel through scenic and remote areas that you otherwise wouldn't get to see when you take the train. You'll travel through places that haven't been spoiled by human activity. The scenery you see on the train is much more beautiful than a motorway. Some train routes are destinations of their own. While riding an overnight train, you can also get a good night's sleep. If you book a bed on a sleeper train, you can lay down completely flat and stretch out. You're not stuck in a seated position all night. You'll wake up at your destination well rested. The swaying motion of the train will rock you to sleep. The sound of the train rumbling down the tracks can also be sleep-inducing. Trains are also faster. For some routes, you'll reach your destination significantly faster if you travel by train. This is particularly true with bullet trains, which can reach speeds exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. You can also carry more luggage on a train. Luggage allowances are usually less strict on trains. In fact, usually your luggage isn't even weighed before you board. Many long-distance trains even have a car for luggage and cargo. There are some drawbacks to taking the train. First, train travel is expensive. Train tickets are usually significantly more expensive than bus tickets. Sometimes tickets cost twice as much or more. In some cases, taking the train costs more than flying. There are also fewer destinations you can reach by train. Train lines are limited. Many countries only have 1 or 2 lines. Some countries don't have any functional passenger trains at all. This means that you can only access some cities by train. Mountainous regions usually can't be accessed by train because trains don't climb well. Trains also offer fewer departure times. For many routes, there may only be 1 or 2 trains operating per day. Train tickets also sell out more quickly. When you take the train, you usually have to book further in advance than you do when taking the bus. It can be hard to get a seat last minute. The ride can also be rough. Some older or poorly maintained train lines are incredibly bumpy and shaky. This makes getting comfortable or falling asleep nearly impossible. Of course, this isn't always the case. Modern trains are incredibly smooth. There are a number of benefits of bus travel. For starters, taking the bus is almost always cheaper. In fact, the bus is almost always the cheapest transport option available. There are also more destinations served by buses. Buses travel almost everywhere. You can take the bus to even the tiniest of villages. Bus tickets also don't sell out as quickly. For many routes, you can just show up at the station and buy your ticket on the day of travel. Even on busy routes, you rarely have to book more than a day in advance. Buses can also take you places trains can't. Anywhere there is a road, a bus can go. For example, buses can access mountainous regions while trains generally can't. Buses can also access underdeveloped regions. Buses are also slightly safer. Bus travel is around 4 times safer than train travel. Both modes of travel are far safer than driving a passenger vehicle. There are also some drawbacks of bus travel. You can't move around in the bus. While riding the bus, you pretty much have to wait until the driver stops for a break to get up and move around. On a couple of occasions, I've been on buses where the driver kept driving for over 6 hours without stopping. This can be unhealthy. Bus trips are also less scenic. Buses take the fastest road between destinations. That's usually the highway. These usually aren't too scenic. Highways are surrounded by human development. Buses also have fewer amenities. Bus services are pretty basic. There are no meals served. The seats don't lay flat. Most buses don't have outlets or Wi-Fi. Riding the bus is less comfortable. Buses are also less environmentally friendly. They burn more fuel per passenger. Bus stations are also less comfortable and convenient. Some cities don't have a large central bus station. Instead, there are small bus offices located all over the city. These small offices typically don't offer any amenities other than a few seats. Some large cities have multiple bus stations. Finding the correct station can be a challenge. The final drawback is that buses are considered lower class. One of the main reasons that people tend to dislike riding the bus is psychological. People associate bus travel with the lower class. There's a certain social stigma to riding the bus. This bothers some types of people. Buses aren't cool. Each mode of transport has its own benefits and drawbacks. The choice comes down to your budget, your schedule, and your personal preference. Personally, I'm a big fan of train travel. I try to take the train every chance I get. Sometimes I take the bus to save some money. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.